San Diego 6 News in the morning. Your station for balanced news.
We are seeing more women, especially those in the public eye, having babies after 40. And the latest is Celine Dion, who just reported she is pregnant with her second child as a result of in vitro fertilization. So here to talk about the possibilities as you get older, Dr. Samuel Wood from the Reproductive Sciences Center in La Jolla. He's joining us again, and his patient, now 5 months pregnant and going strong, Rosie DeSimone.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Me.
Yes.
I'm actually 32 weeks, so I'm closer to 7 to 8 months.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Well, good. Very good. You must be so excited.
We're really thrilled. You know, it's difficult getting pregnant, and turning to IVF was amazing for us. So
that's great. So obviously you worked together with this, and you know, with Celine Dion, everyone talks about it. It again comes up in conversation because somebody who's very open about it in the public eye is talking about her struggles with infertility. So you were kind of in the know with Celine Dion and what happened with her. People are kind of wondering, was this old frozen embryos that she used?
Well, she did something very smart, and that is make embryos when you're young, reproductively. So she was 33 years old. She had 18 eggs retrieved, and she put 3 in and had her first child. She then froze the rest. And now at 41, she can thaw out one of these 33-year-old embryos and put it back in, and it succeeded. So this is something that a lot of couples are doing. We've now had several couples that have had 3 babies over 8-10 years based on an initial egg retrieval and then using frozen embryos. It's a way of freeing yourself from the chain of the biological clock.
Yeah, if you can do that and have the wherewithal to do it, then I think it's a great thing, because I know personally friends who are really struggling after 40 to try to get pregnant on their own, and even with their fertility boosting, it's not really working with their own eggs. So what are the chances of somebody over 40 really in percentages to have babies?
It's probably in the 20-25% range. It's something you have to work at. You know, Rosie and I, we worked on it for 3 cycles, and the big problem with women over 40 is they don't make very many eggs, and then the eggs that they make are frequently abnormal. So we just tweaked the protocol and tweaked the protocol, and finally in the 3rd cycle we ended up with 4 eggs and 3 embryos, and it worked. So it's something you have to work at and something you have to individualize to make work.
Now I have one of my best friends has gone through, I think, 2 cycles, and I know how emotional it was for her. Is it really hard to keep going?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a roller coaster ride, and there's many times during it that you think, wow, this maybe won't work, and maybe it won't ever work. And so sort of that will to keep going, and if you've gotten a failed cycle one time, then say, well, wow, do we want to try again? So it was amazing. And that's one thing. We felt really grateful that we were able to achieve pregnancy, because I know for a lot of women it never does happen. So other than being really happy, my husband and I are really grateful.
That must be such an amazing experience. I mean, so many people have babies and don't even think about it. They blink and they have them, and they're 18 or 20, and then some people have such a hard, difficult time. So this must just be so wonderful, this pregnancy for you.
Absolutely. And we were talking earlier, you know, this time in your life when you feel like, wow, I'm really ready for this, and then all of a sudden you realize it's a lot more difficult when you're older. And the more I got into the fertility programs, I realized really how much your fertility goes down, and I wish I had gone earlier. But the other important thing was, once we realized we couldn't get pregnant naturally, that we didn't wait another 2 or 3 years, because one thing I learned is at this age, every 6 months, every year, it really, it's a slope that you're really going down. So to not wait if you're ready at this age.
And one of the most important new changes in the fertility field is women who are 35, 36, and they're hearing their biological clock tick. They put away eggs.
I know,
they basically freeze the clock. And then later, when they find the right partner, they can thaw them out, and they can have a much higher chance of pregnancy using those younger eggs.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for coming in. We are out of time, but really a great story, and thanks for coming in and sharing it with us, and for coming back, and we'll see you soon, I'm sure. All right. So for more information on the segment, go to san diego6.com and click on Hot Topics.